Hi there, welcome to NFL Total Access. I'm Steve Weissman from our NFL Network newsroom in Los Angeles. And for all of you who think the Packers are doomed to fail without Aaron Rodgers, just wait. There's a theory about this team you haven't heard yet and you don't want to miss. That's coming up. But first, in observance of the Juneteenth holiday, which commemorates the effective end of slavery in the United States, NFL teams have the day off. For the past 10 days, we watched as teams took part in mandatory minicamps. It was the first chance to see our teams on the field. And for both the pet projects, those rookie draft picks, and the vet projects, familiar NFL faces in new NFL uniforms, a chance to make a good first impression. We didn't miss a single rep or a single word.
It's something that you look up to as a kid as you want to be on the cover. And for me, it's the second time to be on that thing. I didn't even know you could be on it a second time.
I'd probably quit football if I had to play for somebody else. You know, I am a Raider for my entire life. I'm going to root for one team for the rest of my life.
It didn't make me feel any type of way because he was the right pick, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. And you know, he was the best player available, and that's what the NFL draft is for.
He feels so much better than he did in the last couple of years. I mean, really, he's been in rehab for over 2 years. What's up?
Just letting everybody know we're still friends, you know?
Hey.
Just messing with you.
Get out of here. You had your press conference.
And obviously, he's got a lot of talent and has made a bunch of big plays over the course of his career, but we have to get on the same page and make sure that we're on point with everything we're going to ask him to do here in Tennessee.
Will you still be involved in some way, shape, or form, maybe special projects or something with Bill and the Patriots going forward?
Bill has all my contact information.
You're talking about 7 months since the surgery, so it's pretty impressive how quickly he's come back.
So I can feel accomplished and be like, okay, we did that. You know, I won me one. My teammates, we stepped it up. We did what we were supposed to do. Then I can, you know, sit back when I have grandkids and stuff and be like, yeah, we did that, and talk my trash like old heads do.
We ran, we met and we ran, and then we, you know, met with the players, and then, you know, they worked their way out of here. So we didn't do any bowling or any golfing or any skeet shooting.
We're excited about a training camp. We're excited about this football team. You just got to take it day by day in terms of everything else that's going out there, and you know, things could become a little bit more clear for us. You know, we potentially could make an adjustment there.
Just like Russ and Pete, we're all still friends here. Time to welcome three-time Pro Bowler Maurice Jones-Drew and scouting savant Bucky Brooks. Guys, minicamps are done. The biggest storyline still that impasse in Green Bay between Aaron Rodgers and management. MJD, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on where this situation is? And if you were Rodgers' teammate right now, what would you be doing? What would be going through your mind?
Well, Steve, I've been in this situation before. Whatever the disconnect, the miscommunication is, they got to figure that out. But as a player, we're in a window of winning a Super Bowl. And sometimes that window is 4 years. Sometimes that window is 5 years, but you're in that window. You have to go out there and try to do what's best for the players. As a player, what's best for you now, right? So for me, if I'm a player, I'm going up to the door and I'm knocking. Hey, don't cheat me, treat me. Get this guy back in here, because we know with 12, we got a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Without 12, now other guys got to start stepping outside their box. Other guys have to start being uncomfortable more than what they're used to. The coach has to start calling plays. You can't call a play and have 12 change the play at the line of scrimmage. You can't do those type of things. And so for me, it puts more pressure on everyone else in that building. It may put more pressure on the janitor, on the chef, to make sure the food is better and the place is better clean, because 12's not there. He allows a lot of people to be comfortable, and if you get him in the building, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. If you don't, let's be honest, there's probably no way the Packers make the playoffs.
Oh, my gosh. I'm completely on the other side of this argument, because when I've been up in Green Bay, it's title town. Green Bay's had a ton of great players come in and out of there. Ray Nitschke, Reggie White, Brett Favre, the list goes on and on and on. And the standard remains the same. And even though number 12 is an MVP player, he played in an outstanding level a season ago. The season before that, he wasn't great, and they were 13-3, the same as they were during the MVP season. So it might get uncomfortable for the Packers, but hey, the show must go on. The Packers have to be ready to be able to get it done, and I think they can get it done with or without 12 in the building.
Bucky, hold on. Did you say he didn't play his best? 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions? Are you kidding me?
No,
is the standard that high for 12? That's the bad
He wasn't great.
That's 31 other teams would take that, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 31 other teams would have 26
I'm sorry,
and 4.
MJD. I mean, 26-4, but his passer rating and his completion percentage had dropped 3 straight years. That is why they went and got Jordan Love. It wasn't because Aaron Rodgers was playing great. They were worried about, was he in the twilight of his career? That's why they made the move.
So I'll say this. I'm going to end it with this. This is the problem. The players, they live in the present. We live in the now. The front office, you guys live in the future. And, you know, sometimes the future's not always there for you when you're living over there, right? And when you try to get there, you don't always get there. So I say this. Whoever's in the front office making the calls, get 12 in there so you guys have a chance to lose to the Rams in the championship, and then I'll get my ring with the Rams later.
Don't cheat me, treat me.
That's right.
Got to live in the present. MJD, I'm curious, though, did you have the same opinion when it was Brett Favre back in the day with Aaron Rodgers playing basically the role of Jordan Love at the time?
The times were different, Steve, and we have to remember that the CBA was different where coaches could meet with players. Aaron Rodgers on his 3rd year, he played in 3 preseason games, even though he in March. It doesn't allow the coaches to have that kind of contact with the players like that. And so it's more of a disadvantage for Jordan Love right now because he didn't play at all last year with no preseason. And then this year you're asking him to come out, get 3 games in the preseason, then go out there and lead us to a championship? That's a tough task for anybody.
I mean, it is a tough task for anybody. But remember, Aaron Rodgers was playing so well that they went and drafted Brian Brom in the 2nd round just to make sure they had another quarterback in the building. So this is kind of similar. Just like the Packers fans or those on the outside were trashing Aaron Rodgers, the same thing is being thrown at Jordan Love. I will say this, though. All the pressure's on Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is up there sounding like Cry Me a River because he doesn't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to play. He has to coach. The coach's job is to develop the players. Jordan Love needs to be developed. We have seen this system, this Kyle Shanahan system, the cousin or offshoot of, produce guys that were average players and help them become good players.
Next couple of months. Still to come on NFL Total Access, the world according to Deion Sanders. He sounds off on Aaron Rodgers, Julio Jones, why he thinks Mac Jones is the best thing for Cam Newton, and this one downfield, Beckham, got it, Odell Beckham Jr. all the way. O-B back. The Browns excited about many things on their roster this season, especially a healthy Odell Beckham Jr. The three-time Pro Bowler is coming back from an ACL injury that saw him miss 9 games last season, including the Browns' playoff run. Now, despite missing 30 games since entering the league in 2014, OBJ ranks at the top of the league in many receiving categories. Let's bring Bucky back. Some believe that Baker Mayfield is actually better without OBJ. And by the way, the quarterback's numbers did improve in multiple categories when OBJ went out. But your Scout's notebook, Bucky, dropped today, and it points out that this idea is pure blasphemy. You say, don't be bamboozled by those numbers. How come?
Because he's still an elite threat on the perimeter. You heard Alex Van Pelt, the Browns offensive coordinator, allude to Odell Beckham Jr. being a dynamic athlete, an elite athlete that you have to account for. He talked about how the coverage changed when Odell Beckham Jr. was out of the lineup. With number 13 on the perimeter, you still get some double coverage. What that does, that loosens up the box for the running game. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, that offensive line, they may be the driving force of the offense, but having Odell Beckham Jr. on the field makes defensive coordinators have to account for him in the passing game. I just believe with a team that plays 2 tight ends as much as the Browns, having Odell Beckham Jr. matters, and it gives them a chance to have a Super Bowl caliber offense as they continue to build this chemistry and continuity with Baker Mayfield. Having 13 on the field makes this offense better and gives them a chance to unseat the Chiefs as the #1 team in the AFC.
I'm with you, Bucky. Lucky 13. For more on this, go to NFL.com/Scouts Notebook. Come for the analysis. Stay for the chess references. Well done. Thanks, Bucky. Well, Juneteenth celebrations will take on even greater meaning in Atlanta on Saturday. It's the induction ceremony of the 2021 class of the Black College Football Hall of Fame. The event's co-host, our colleague and friend Steve Weiss, joins us now on behalf of 6 men who have waited far too long to hear their names called.
Willard Bailey, Roynell Young, Jimmy Giles, Greg Coleman, Coy Bacon, and Winston Hill are the greats who will be enshrined into the Black College Football Hall of Fame Saturday here in Atlanta. The event will take place at the College Football Hall of Fame, and these 6 gentlemen will join a cast of greats already enshrined, including players like Michael Strahan, Walter Payton, Doug Williams, and Jerry Rice. Now, typically, the Black College Football Hall of Fame, honoring players, coaches, and contributors from historically black colleges and universities, takes place in February. But because of COVID concerns, it was pushed back a couple months to the historic Juneteenth weekend. So it'll be a special event, and I'll be there co-emceeing with my colleague, Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Steve. As part of their Juneteenth celebration, the Jags Foundation and the Kahn family have committed $250,000 to support the construction of Lift Every Voice and Sing Park. Check out Jags' social media to see Marvin Jones Jr. sing Lift Every Voice, written by James Weldon Johnson, who was born 150 years ago in Duval County, Florida. Well, elsewhere, as the NFL continues to celebrate Pride Month, NFL Network's Aditi Kinkhabwala led an important discussion with former NFL players Ryan O'Callahan and R.K. Russell and Outsport's Sid Ziegler. It was about the importance of allyship and inclusion from the locker room to the playing field.
RK, is there something that you hate hearing? Is there a question that really bothers you? Oh, it looks like there is. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. Not necessarily.
Should I get my pen out? Should I start taking notes?
Not necessarily a question, but the thing that comes up for me right now mostly is the whole rhetoric, whether it be from fans or other media or players or whoever, of, well, let's just stick to football. Let's just talk about football. Let's do that. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to just show up to do my job and to play and to win games. And like I said, go to the Super Bowl. I'm not asking the questions. I'm not now saying, come out, please, let's talk about everything but football. No, that's very much any athlete's focus, like we've talked about on here, is to play and to reach the pinnacle of performance, which would be a Super Bowl win. So, yeah, I'm all for it, too. But don't attack the players, closeted or out. Ask credibility from the media. Ask credibility from the PR people at these teams and ownership. If I'm on the clock, I should not have to answer questions about my sexuality and my identity. If I'm at a press conference about practice or about a game, I also want to talk about practice or about a game.
University taking the Tigers to prime time, both literally and figuratively. And we are so excited to welcome the Hall of Famer, Coach Prime, to the show. Also here with Bucky Brooks. How you doing, Prime?
How you doing, man? I feel underdressed. I remember those days, man. I had to put on that blaze and that tie. Hey, I feel underdressed right now, especially with Bucky there, always clean and professional, profound. Bucky, let me put some darn glasses on. Where's boy Bucky? Gotta get. There we go. Now let's go. Let's go.
Now we're ready. Now we're ready. Got the specs on.
I got that Bucky look on me.
One very unique season in the books as head coach of Jackson State. So how are things going down there? What are some of the most important things you've learned in this new role, Prime?
I'm excited. I'm extremely excited. I'm excited that our kids are doing phenomenal academically. Quite a few graduated. We got some grad transfers over as well. As you know, the last recruiting term, we were the #1 class in HBCU history, the #1 class in FCS. We're excited. We're elated. We're excited. We cannot wait to get on, continue this off season to mature, cultivate, and some of these kids and see what they're about. And we can't wait to start the regular season. And August the 3rd, we start the fall efforts, and we open up with FAMU September the 5th at Orange Blossom Classic in Miami. And we're elated about that, man. Wow. It's going to be a big one. On ESPN, by the way.
Hey, Prime, so you talked about the recruiting going very, very well down in Jackson State. You guys are setting records, are doing new things, raising the bar when it comes to HBCU recruiting. How is it going, and what is the roadmap that you intend to make Jackson State a national power?
Well, we're looking for kids, young men, that are smart, tough, fast, and disciplined. We're looking for kids that want to make it to the next level, want to be a professional. So we like-minded kids. When we sit down with a kid or the parents or the coaches, we want to understand the synergies. Where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? What do you want out of life? And depending upon how they approach that question will depend on how we want to continue with this process. But we're looking for kids that wants to make a difference, not only on the field, but in the communities as well.
Speaking of smart, tough, fast, and disciplined, you've got a star-studded group of NFL players at your Deion Sanders football camp. That's tonight at Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. We know if you're going to run a camp, Deion, it's more than just football. It's also about life lessons. So what do you hope these prospects take away?
First of all, we want to thank Gatorade for the partnership and the relationship that we have with them. That's a tremendous asset as well. But we want these guys to understand, man, even though there's going to be a ton of professionals like Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus Peters, Kareem Jackson, DeMario Davis, T.O., Nate Newton, Andon Bethea, D'Angelo Hall, just to name a few. We want these guys to understand you can be professionals, not just a professional athlete, or you could get both. You could get your degree to make a difference in this country, be a waymaker in your community, but also be a professional athlete and understand how to utilize your finances to make it better for someone else. But this is the first ever, Bucky. Guys, this is the first ever satellite camp at Jackson State University for the HBCUs. And I've heard from a plethora of coaches from the SEC, the MEAC, the SWAC, the CIA, everybody's coming and I want to be on hand. I'm saying, guys, it's going to be over 300 kids here. I can't get them all. I'm a darn sure try, but I can't get them all. So it's enough to go around for everyone. And we got some great talent coming out.
That's fantastic. A primetime lineup with you, Prime. We'd love to get your thoughts as well on the biggest stories across the league. So starting in Green Bay, obviously you've heard Aaron Rodgers, Packers management. They are not getting along. They are not on the same page right now. What is your take on that situation?
Okay, so Aaron was tripping. My guy out there in Seattle, Russell was tripping. Okay, my guy in Houston definitely was tripping. Okay, okay. So what is it with these quarterbacks? It seems like when you give them $35 million and over, they start tripping. You got everything you want, and you still aren't satisfied. I understand that we can all say, well, they don't give him what he wants down there at Green Bay. Well, you've been 13-3 for the last 2 seasons. You're getting something right. They're doing something profound. I hope it works out because he's great for the game. I love who he is on the field. I love what he brings to the table. I think he'll still go down in history as one of the best to ever play. But I think when Tom Brady, when Tom Brady won the last championship, all quarterbacks that went into a frenzy. They just start tripping. I mean, unbelievable. And you could fault Tom for that. Tom is so dominant that every other quarterback gets insecure about what they have in-house. And Tom Brady is never
funny, Prime. So you talk about Tom Brady, but the guy who replaced Tom, Cam, is in a quarterback competition with Mac Jones. How do you think that's going to play out?
But first of all, that wasn't right. I'm not going to blame that on the NFL Network, but I saw clips of that while we was in a coaches meeting. Cam throw a ball out of the end zone, and Mac Jones throw a ball right on the money. Cam throw another ball in the parking lot, and Mac Jones throw. Like, who cut that tape? Like, come on, man, that ain't even right. I know darn well Cam didn't look that darn awful in those several plays that I saw. Bucky, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's a subliminal message that they're sending out, and it was horrible. If I know Cam, though, he's going to be ready to compete. I don't know how long they're going to give him, but Cam is going to be ready to compete. Because this is it. This is it. This is it. You don't get this one, it's a wrap. And I think Cam is ready to compete.
So right now we've got quarterbacks and editors tripping because that's what's going on right now.
Exactly.
One of your old teams, Prom, the Dallas Cowboys, they always generate a ton of talk. With a healthy quarterback, Dak Prescott, are they the team to beat right now in the NFC East?
No, it ain't the team to beat. Jerry Jones is remarkable. Jerry is unbelievable. Every year, Jerry has figured out a way to make us believe that the Dallas Cowboys are the team to beat. No, the Dallas Cowboys ain't a team to beat. We mentioned two of the offensive players, Dak as well as Zeke. No one mentioned their line, and no one mentioned the defense that was horrific. When I say horrible, I mean horrible with a capital H last season. And how do you constitute for that in the offseason? I know you had some drafted players that you hope and you pray to pay dividends, but I don't like it whatsoever. But they will compete because the NFC East is hot garbage. Hot garbage with steam. Hot garbage in Texas right now. Hot garbage, Mississippi. It is about 100 out here right now. It's hot garbage, the NFC East.
Prime, when you talk about hot garbage, sometimes when players leave teams, like you left the Atlanta Falcons, you leave them in lurch. Looking at the Atlanta Falcons, they just traded away Julio Jones. How are the Falcons going to be without the franchise player number 11 that was there for so long?
See, when you trade somebody like Julio Jones, what you're telling me is, I know I can't win right now with what I have, so I'm going to trade away some assets that can help me win later. I don't like that sentiment. What did Julio do? Julio was just the face of the team. See, that's why I don't have captains here. Guys, I don't have captains here. I don't like that word. Captain is what? How do you trade a captain? How do you trade a guy with a darn C on his chest? How does the quarterbacks with a C on their darn chest complain and want to be out of the whole organization? I'm tired of that darn C. They just need to snatch that darn C off everyone's chest and put an L, not for losers. It got to be a leader. I need leaders and dogs. That's what we have at Jackson State. I guarantee you would never see one of my kids with a C on his chest. I promise you that. You're going to see an L or a D, a leader or a dog. That's what I want. Because it seems like all the captains that we want to authenticate as captains, they're not leaders whatsoever. No, not whatsoever. And it makes me mad that that's what we call them. How you trade a captain? Who does that?
I don't know, Prime, but one guy that we know is a leader is Urban Meyer. How do you expect Urban Meyer to transition from being a college coach to an NFL coach?
Urban Meyer's a winner. He's a winner. Yeah, I feel like he has a good staff, has a pretty darn good quarterback. He's going to have some hiccups, but if there's any division that he could have hiccups in, is that horrible division that he's in right now. What you got is only one decent team in that division, and they got a darn new quarterback, and that's Indy, correct? The rest of the teams, well, I take that back. Tennessee is in that division, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. But he has an opportunity. Urban Meyer's a winner, man. I like his staff that he assembled. I know the type of ball that he's going to play. Did really well in the draft. We'll see if that pays dividends. But I like the young kid. I just want to see how the young kid handle adversity. I don't think he's ever been up against adversity, and I guarantee you in Jacksonville he's going to have some adversity.
Well, Deion, we talk about Jacksonville. That's not too far away from Tallahassee. And I remember when you were playing, you used to wear a little single digit back at Florida State. Now they open it up in the National Football League. You were wearing 21 as a pro. What would happen if Prime was in the league now with the opportunity to wear a single digit?
I'm so mad about that. Like, I'm so mad about that mess with the NFL. And I tried to call Commissioner Goodell. Like, how can you do that when I'm gone? Like, how can y'all think of that creative stuff now? Like, I'm mad. I'm really mad because now that trickles down to us now. I got my linebackers coming up saying, "Can I wear a single digit?" No, you can't wear no single digit. No, I'll tell you what. If we lose 1 or 2 games, you may only 1 or 2 games because that's it. But no, I'm mad about it because I wanted to be first. I would have loved. Just think about like 21 right now. 21, that right behind me. 21 is iconic because of Prime. Could you imagine if it was 2? Like, now 2 would probably be iconic on the corner because of Prime. I'm mad about it because I wanted to rock that deuce. I wanted to rock that deuce, man. I really did. It's a beautiful thing, and I dude in a single digit. Now that makes me mad. I don't like that. I don't like that. I told my lineman and my D-tackle, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. It's not gonna happen. You're too big. You're too big for that or single digit.
You are iconic, Prime. You are indeed. Good luck tonight. The first ever satellite camp, Jackson State. Got all the big ballers coming out.
T.O. will have on cleats running routes. I guarantee you. He hadn't said anything. I guarantee. I know him like a book. I guarantee you. And I guarantee you T.O. will. But see, you know, if T.O. does that, Tyron, Marcus Peters, D'Angelo, they may want some. So it could start off as a kids camp and end up as an old man camp. It could be that. Hey, Bucky, thank you, man, for the love that you give me when I call you for advice and to give me some scouting tips on some of my kids that I'm recruiting, man. And I appreciate it, man. I got love for you. You're a good man.
Hey, I appreciate you, Prime.
I love you. Yeah.
We love having you on the show,
man.
Prime. Best of luck next season. Best of luck tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. And you can have everything is in the locker. I would not be back. I promise you.
I'm taking it tonight.
All right. Take care, guys.
Couple period. Up next, our experts named Fantasy's top 5 wideouts for 2020.